onto your stuff that you really. He goes, it'll break it down after a while. He goes, it's not worth it. So I've only watched one show. I've had it for 2 years from a former student, and for 2 years I've only watched one show.
I watched one show. I watched Batman, the one with what's his name that died.
Heath Ledger.
Yes, that's the only one I've ever pirated and watched because I was nervous about ruining the computer I was on. I was like, I can't do this. I was just scared to death. But the thing with the Fire Stick, I think that's okay. I think I would probably, if I had a chance to do something like that.
I have a study hall high school class. How many of those kids sit there and watch videos during class?
Oh,
They know all the back doors and stuff.
Oh, yeah. They know all about that crap. It's nuts how much people know. It's amazing people don't get... Yeah.
I'm like, do some schoolwork. You got a D in Spanish.
I have kids doing that while I'm presenting stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, see, that's the thing about your school. We're talking about our employers, but my daughter's schools, they block all that social media crap. They can't get on any of it.
They can't do social media, but they can
do
find
anything
away
they want.
My school, they can't get on any social media, but they can get to movies.
See,
it's too hard to block too many things.
I know, but
I got called a fucking smartass on Facebook the other day. By one of my students.
They're not lying.
Hey, and I know this because I was watching them on my computer type it in to their fucking computer.
The miracle of technology.
So I screenshot that son of a bitch.
What happened?
Took to the principal. No, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
But at least they know. I'm watching.
Right.
Big brother right here.
Hey, this is what I do. This is my behavior mod now.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to be ridiculous to me and be rude and disrespectful, hey, I'm just going to block you from everything on your computer.
You have the capability to do that to them?
Yes.
Nice.
Do that?
Yeah. There's a system called Dino, and I can watch when every student is on.
That's the way it should be.
Well, is it Dino free?
No.
That service costs.
Yeah.
We have something called Smooth Wall, and anything that those kids put on the computer, even from home, you can watch. A lot of these
That's
kids,
what I know.
Unfortunately, kids link their Google account to the school account to their phone.
Yeah.
And if they take pictures and stuff that they shouldn't, it shows up on them. The kids get called down in the morning. You're like, oh, we don't paid it.
That's awesome. I don't know why we don't have that.
They don't pay for it. It's not a cheap. It's not cheap, and Mr. Principal, he's like, it is worth it.
God dang.
I had a girl. She was out sick.
Yeah.
And she wasn't in class, I guess. And she was watching some cartoon at home on her computer.
You could stop it.
And I blocked her. And so she emailed a classmate to tell me to unblock her. And I was like, no.
Hey, you're on a school computer. No.
Nope.
They don't get that part that they're renting it.
Nope.
It's not a complete freedom.
But here I am doing this crap instead of teaching.
I know.
And then we wonder, why in the hell can't the kids pass a flipping test?
They need to go to every scientific study shows that kids read and take tests better on paper than on computer.
Yeah, like
everyone. Every single one.
AJ was telling me about the parochial schools in Indianapolis that with high test scores still use paper and pencils and textbooks.
Every scientific study shows that. They even have scientific studies to show the proximity of your smartphone to the person depends on your comprehension. And that's done at MIT, at Stanford, at Michigan. There's like 6 major high-dollar. The proximity of your cell phone to the person on their comprehension of the lesson. The closer it is to you, if you can see it, it's in your backpack, or if it's out the door.
You're probably thinking about it.
Yeah, constant. It's constant.
Yeah.
It is constant.
Hey, the best study I read was, it wasn't a study, it was an article. And the people in Silicon Valley that create this shit, they send their kids to private schools that don't allow technology.
It's stupid.
The people that make it.
It's all about public perception, which is what your district is all about.
Yeah,
one of the reasons.
all about
That's one of the reasons I got out.
A lot of that, I agree.
So I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of public perception, what do you think about Twitter and or Commander-in-Chief?
No, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you.
I don't understand that as somebody in that position, but
I just don't think you need to be putting yourself out there. It's almost like a kid getting bullied and you got to say something back to him. It's nana boo boo, and sticks and stones break my bones. But it's like you don't need that kind of banner. I think it's silly. I think it's immature.
Politico and Washington Post put out he's had over 1,000 lies in the last year that it's overly obvious that he's done.
That's just so stupid.
That's our president. And he's the one talking about fake news.
Yeah, it's getting caught in lies because he started them. It's just dumb. I don't know. Makes me regret it, probably. After we passed that tax law, really regret it.
And the middle class tax cut is only temporary.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's only temporary, 2 years.
Wow. God. Who does this stuff?
It's all about making him look good.
What?
Still here.
Yes, we're here. We're gonna
Get over there.
We're gonna shut her down here soon.
Talking about the tax
You want
cut.
something funny? You want something funny on there? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh, for crying out
my
loud.
gosh, that was someone moving a chair.
Seriously.
Someone was moving a chair.
The maturity level was just proven.
It was just dropped down. Not talking about our Craigslist personal option, or part of the program. Craigslist personals really brought it up a notch, and he brought it down 2 notches. But
it's sad. I started watching more. My brother, I have one of my older brothers who's big
Trump guy or no?
No, he's upset that my parents watch Fox News 90% of the time.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, these are just the majority of their lies. I mean, and unfortunately, we have actually. Have either of you watched Miss Sloan? You need to watch Miss Sloan about how much these lobbyists and politics really do pay people to say stuff. I am not a Roy Moy fan, but the fact is, it is possible that all these people that accused him of misconduct were paid by the other party.
God.
And the stuff that we are sinking to that level in our politics to be able to push one way or the other mind boggles and disheartens me of the path that our country is taking.
Yeah, it's so filthy. It's almost like as bad as royalty was in the Middle Ages, but they killed people. This could be worse. It affects more people than just one death or several deaths. It's millions of people's lives and money.
King
England! Over. Yeah, King England.
So, I watched a documentary last night. It's called 13. And it's the 13th Amendment. Basically, it's free the slaves.
Yeah.
Give them rights. And there's a organization called ALEC, ALEC. And what this company does, organization does, they write the laws, and they basically sell them to United States senators. And ALEC makes money because in the early 2000s, all the major companies, Verizon, Walmart, drug companies,
AT&T, Mobile. Oh my gosh, cable, Turner Network.
All of the big companies paid into ALEC for ALEC to write these laws that would
benefit them.
And basically, it's big business's way of controlling. I mean, we've always kind of joked about how big business runs everything. No, they run they run everything because they have ALEC write these laws that only help big business.
Which is what net neutrality would do with the repeal of that one.
I mean, in fact, there are people.
There
are senators that introduced bills in Congress.
They're clueless on them,
and they forgot to take the ALEC letterhead off of the bill.
It's like the kids copying Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Turning it in, still blue underline.
Yeah.
Turning it in.
I mean, that's how ridiculous it is.
Oh. So what is, you need to describe, my brother-in-law tried to explain net neutrality to me.
Net neutrality
had to do with podcasts and YouTube.
Underneath right now, net neutrality under the Obama administration for what they signed into law is that every website gets equal amount of possibility. If you pull it up, you're going to get the same amount of data stream that is equal to anything like Facebook or Instagram, any of the major stuff. If they repeal net neutrality, companies that pay the cable network that provides your internet cable, they could cause them to, such as AT&T or Turner Network or whatever, they could actually ask them to pay more to make sure that their website that get more bandwidth and decrease it from these other ones.
Wow.
Well, I've got the solution to that.
Which means porn might be withdrawn a lot.
Yes, and you may have to pay.
Yeah.
Okay, extra.
The solution.
Because my brother-in-law said that it had something to do with podcasting, that they were going to start making this not a free medium. Like, he thought, is that not correct?
That would be too hard to control.
Yeah.
It would be, and I would have to definitely look more into it, but from what I understand, this is going to still be a free medium, but to get it out there, you may have to pay the companies that provide the internet service something to get them to make sure that other people can see it or hear it or download it.
And I know kids are probably wrong, but kids were saying that YouTube would be more regulated because of the profanity and the content because of this.
Possibly.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
That would be up to the internet service provider themselves and actually YouTube.
Okay.
Where right now it's like, it's free for all.
Yeah.
But at the same time, YouTube can say, you know what, that's a problem, that's a problem, that's a problem. They can start limiting that themselves if they agree something with their internet service provider to help limit those types of things from happening.
Okay.
There's good and bad. In all honesty, there's like 70% of there's like a number of websites that get 70% of all the internet traffic.
Okay.
We could get that faster and more reliable through the cable companies. I can see that vantage point of that. And so, if you're going to something that maybe only 100 or 200 or 300 or even 1,000 people are seeing a day, why do you need it that fast compared to somebody else?
Yeah.
But let's be honest. If I went back 15 years, I was waiting 5 minutes for an email to load.
I remember dial-up.
What's crazy? What's the big freaking deal that I may have to wait 30 seconds for something that I'm used to seeing in 5 seconds?
I know.
To a point, I can see that. But on the other hand, YouTube and Facebook and everything are having to pay AT&T and Verizon and Bright House Networks and all those companies more money, so they're getting even bigger to be able to provide us what their service is.
Yeah, but I would think Facebook and those companies would be big enough to fight that. It's crazy.
I don't know. I think the websites are probably going to lose compared to the cable companies because the cable companies are
still huge,
unbelievable. The AT&T and
I would think they'd be. I know the.
What was the biggest one? AT&T and something is actually the biggest one. It was the two huge ones came together. I cannot remember what they were.
AT&T, Time Warner, right?
Yes. Time Warner. Okay. That's ungodly. You realize how much the television and phone that is, and video. It's ungodly. We taking a downer turn in our podcast.
Yeah, kind of. We might call it a night.
Well, the solution to net neutrality is
socialism.
Verizon, here's my fucking phone.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't need internet.
I know.
I'll go back to using Sears catalog if Sears still exists.
I know. The thing is, people
they do have glossy pages.
Glossy pages now.
But you're right. The solution,
I don't need this shit.
Solution to all
That's fine.
all this wealth is to choose not to do it and
Right.
get off the grid.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
Don't get cable. I mean, will I ever do